see, camera's just rolling. So in 4, 3, 2.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Easton from forageSF, and today I'm gonna talk to you about what's in the boxes this week, which is super exciting. So in the mushroom box, we have a favorite, which is the woodier mushrooms, which we've had in the box a couple times and people just keep asking for, so we put them back in today. What's really nice about these is you probably had these dried before, but fresh, they're just really so amazing, really different texture. A really important thing about the woodier mushrooms is don't saute them in hot oil or they'll pop like popcorn in your face, which is really not fun, but they're really good in soups. What I like to do often is put them in soups, or I'll just simmer them in water for about 5 minutes, and then I put them in like vinegar soy marinade and just have that in the fridge and just kind of like put them on whatever I'm eating that day. It's really, really delicious. Shiitakes, which are a favorite, which I'm sure you've had, which are really delicious and also actually really good for you, really good medicinal. And something I've actually just personally learned is that shiitakes, actually all mushrooms, will actually absorb vitamin D if you leave them in the sun. So what you can do with these is actually leave them in the sun for a couple days. So what I do, put them on a sheet tray or just like a tray outside, put them in the sun during the day. As the sun starts to come down, take them inside because you don't want the dew on them, get them too moist. Take them out the next day, do it again. 2 days is perfect, and then they become like little vitamin D supplements. It's really amazing and really good for you. This is a new one for us, which is the bluefoot mushroom. They have a really nice texture. They're like a lot meatier than a lot of other mushrooms. So just use them, kind of use them like you would a regular mushroom, like even like a button mushroom. Anything you would use those for, you can use these for, but the flavor is like really unique. So I'm really excited about those. And then in the forage box this week, it's a little messy, is this, which when you get it will actually come full, but we made a little video before. I made some drinks with it, that's why it's half full. But this is a really special thing. It's this Yerba Santa elderberry agua fresca. So this is not only delicious, but really good for you. So elderberry syrup is something I actually take a little bit of each day, which is really good for your immune system. And then Yerba Santa has been used for hundreds of years for respiratory health, for helping with respiratory infections. And so there's some in here. And then you also get a little baggie of it. So what you can do with this is make a drink with this, maybe with a little alcohol. We used a little vodka before. We used kind of a lot of vodka before, which made it delicious. And then just julienne this, throw a little bit on top. It's got a nice, like, really nice floral flavor. It's got a really nice flavor and super medicinal. It's a really nice, it's a nice herb to kind of have in your repertoire. And then also in here are some of these little babies, which are wild fennel flowers, which you see around a lot, and can be used for a lot of things. So one way I really like to use them is to put them in a paper bag, and I just hang the paper bag, and then every couple of days I just kind of like give a little knock, and then after a couple of weeks, what you have in the bottom is actually the wild fennel pollen. Because these flowers are starting to open up, so the pollen's coming out, which is really cool. And that pollen, if you put it in a sealed container, can last just forever. Like, I've had it for several years, and it's still been really good. And you can, like, sprinkle a little on fish. You can put a little bit in a salad dressing, and go a little crazy with it. It's pretty cool. Another thing you can do actually is, and I don't have my vinegar right here, is just push this down into a bottle of vinegar or into like a bottle of vodka if you're so inclined, and you kind of get this, just leave it for a couple weeks, and you get this like vinegar, like wild fennel infused vinegar or vodka, which is really cool. The other thing you have in here are these little babies, which are these bay sprigs. So California bay is probably something you also see around a lot, and maybe you've never used it. Is like culinary bay, like the bay you get at the store, but way stronger. So if you use this in a dish, use, you know, half of what you would usually. What I usually do actually, is I'll collect these and then just pull them off the stalk and then just put them onto a sheet tray, and don't put it in the oven, don't put it in the sun, just leave it in your kitchen. Once a day, just kind of mix it around and it'll dry like that. And then once it's totally dry, put it into a container and then just use it as you would regular bay, but maybe like half of what you would usually use, because it's way stronger. It's like way more floral, so it adds like a really nice like lemony floral note to anything, but can be overpowering if you use too much. Another thing you can do with it is, I think that's actually the best thing. I don't think there's another thing. I think that's the way
we can cut there if you want.
No, I was gonna keep going, but so yeah, actually, let's cut now. Yeah.